He upstairs. He's got a machine gun, boys. Charge.
When I uploaded one of my first Pavlov Shack videos and it got over 250,000 views on YouTube, I knew that Pavlov Shack was something special. This is a little bit before Quest started really taking a stride and started becoming, I guess what you can say, somewhat mainstream. It's not really mainstream as VR is very niche. It was making some noise. This was especially during lockdown and during when consoles were being sold out. And also just the jump from Quest 1 to Quest 2 was so massive in differences that we had to get our hands on a Quest 2. And when you pay for the Quest 2, you obviously went through the accessories, and so you had to buy games. But there is this game called Pavlov. Was great on PC VR, and a lot of people would share like their zombie stuff and everything. Like they actually had Call of Duty Zombies on the PC VR version. There was also something branched out well before App Lab Games on SideQuest, and it was Pavlov Shack Beta. And this was something that it blew our mind. It gave us so much content when they had their own version of zombies. They were fast. Those zombies are fast. I'll never forget those zombies. That was the massively challenging, one of the most hardest zombies. It was like Left 4 Dead on steroids. And then you also had just gun game. You had all of this crazy multiplayer stuff and content, just like any FPS would, where they would charge full price for this. And also they had like Halloween stuff and Christmas updates and just fun. And also what Pavlov Shack really brought was a lot of humor. It was the first time in VR that we didn't have this crazy battle royale for free. Population 1 was paid for. We didn't have anything for free to really socialize and interact as much. It was a free-for-all in virtual reality, and there wasn't as much creators and stuff, so it helped out with socialization and just helping out, kind of like around the VR chat aspect. Also, what Pavlov did, it brought a lot of interactions that were just hilarious in a setting where we would love, kind of like what Ghost of Tabor provides now. Ghost of Tabor is providing and mastering exactly what Pavlov Shack was doing way earlier in their time for free. Also, this is a free game. Them now transitioning to paid is just well deserved. What Pavlov Shack gave to us for years for free is in my heart and soul, because this game is something that meant a lot to me. I wish I would have worked with them personally a lot more in my journey. In my journey, I didn't really get a chance to work with them. No matter what type of TikTok videos I was posting, no matter what I was posting, it was always a hit when I posted Pavlov Shack Beta. That's how great it was for the amount of content for free. These devs, Bankrupt, really put in their time. They did what they needed to do. They gave it the TLC that we wanted. And this was always an App Lab game. It wasn't ever an official Quest. I don't know what made it really take so long. I guess they're just taking their time with it. But Pavlov Shack Beta being free for this long, being a beta for this long, I don't know, is that like a record for how long a beta's been out? It was like over 2 years. And I can't thank them enough. I unfortunately, like what I said, I didn't get to work with them personally. I wish I did. It would have been amazing, because any TikTok videos I'd post, any type of content, social media across the board, it would go insane with viewership, because what it actually brought, everything, the experiences, the guns, like how much content, like the amount of content for free. The trailers were fun, and just what they did for us, the patches, the updates, just what for a standalone, it was unheard of to have all this on a standalone. It was unheard of to have all this on a standalone. And now, like, as I transitioned over, I started working more with contractors, and then that's obviously a paid game. They give us a lot of content for a paid game, and I keep up with their devs nowadays. But Pavlov Shack was on par with that. Anytime I made a best Quest game for free, a free games list, usually a top 5, Pavlov Shack was literally number 1. Literally number 1. I mean, we went like always Pavlov Shack, Gorilla Tag, VR Chat. At the time, maybe Echo or like Rec Room, but there's more free games now. Now you have Population 1 in the mix, but Pavlov Shack still to this day, until they actually go paid, which pretty soon it's gonna become paid. When they announced that, it is a heartwarming thing. You know, it's something that usually people would probably be pissed, like, oh, it's a free game and now it's going paid. It's kind of like the way like live service games are today. But nah, like these guys, there is no reason to be mad at what Pavlov Shack did for us. They went leaps and bounds to give us free content. And so like my heart really goes out for them. I'm excited for Pavlov Shack really providing, now being officially in the store. That's always huge if you look at the business side of everything. When you look at the business side of everything, what Pavlov Shack continuously does, I'm sure it's gonna look even better. I'm sure it's gonna be even more upgrades due to like Quest 3 and just the clarity And I'm sure there's gonna be way more like skins and content and way more themes to do. I'm sure there's gonna be more like side hustles and more side quests to do. And I can't be any more happier for Padlock Shack. It's always gonna be a special place in my heart. And it's a game that will, I'm not too sure if it'll be as popular, especially as Contractors is rolling around, and they do have a battle royale coming out soon, and it's actually coming out real soon. So I don't know how much Pavlov Shack will hold up as a paid game. I believe a lot of people, Pavlov Shack, that do end up paying the game are gonna be people like me that really support that journey of thanking them for giving us free content. So Bankrupt Gang, I appreciate y'all for just giving us so much free content. It allowed for me to even launch my career in virtual reality. When I was on TikTok and I was trying to figure out other stuff, and virtual reality wasn't shared upon as much when I was on TikTok. It was about 3 years ago. And so when I started sharing a lot of Pavlov Shack content, it really meant a lot to me. Like all the funny stuff that I went through, all the cool highlights that I went through, all the trick stuff, and just like everything in totality. And even all throughout YouTube, if you look at a lot of Pavlov, there's 2 games that really remind me of stuff that gets views that was a free game that went through the roof. And it was Pavlov Shack Beta and it was Battle Talent. Both of those games now are officially going to be paid or are paid already, depending on when you hear this video. And those 2 games worked their asses off to give us content for free to really par up with these games that are actually paid. Pavlov Shack was on par with like the Onwards and the Contractors, and Battle Talent was on par with like the Blade and Sorceries and the Bone Labs. So in terms of physics and in terms of FPS games, the population ones, whatever. And you can't knock them for wanting to go make some money and to do what they got to do. I know Pavlov Shack has done a huge paid promotion, which is the reason why I made this video, just to thank them. I'm not being paid for it, but I just want to say thank you for this. So if they do come across this, I just wanted to say I appreciate y'all. I wanted to use my platform to say thank you for helping us inspire, launch a virtual reality YouTube channel. I think when I first was jumping into virtual reality, Pavlov Shack was one of the earlier games I was more into because I liked FPS game. I loved Call of Duty, obviously. I just love to play zombies also, and so y'all had both of that for free. And when I bought the headset, like I was already limited on money before I started really doing other things, and I was like, man, like this is so cool to be for free. Like it's insane. It'll always be a top free game until like the very end. And so I mean it is crazy. Y'all definitely got to be letting me know what's up though. Have y'all tapped into Pavlov Shack for these final days? Will you be buying it in support for them? I saw a lot of creators doing the paid product promotion, but I'm not sure if they're really going to be paying for it. I don't know who's going to be like actually really giving into that. I'm just going to do it as like a simple thank you. I'm not too sure how much I'll be having Pavlov Shack on rotation, just due to it being an FPS arena game, and I already play Contractors. Contractors is incredible for their price range and what they give us. So I will be tapping into it a little bit, but I just want to thank them so much for what they have done. And if you are looking into it, just if you have the money, just please support them. I feel that what they gave to us was huge. Still kind of under the radar, even if I had over 250,000 plus views just on Pavlov Shack alone. I just look into it, man. Let me know what's up. Are you supporting them, and are you happy for them that they are going paid, or do you disagree with them going as a full-on paid app? We'll see the upgrades of it, and I'm excited for it. And again, Bankrupt Games, I appreciate y'all, and y'all have a good one, man. Leave us in the comment section below. Let's thank them in this community, man. Peace.